Exodia versus Dark Magician. Where are we? We are in a Meta Weekly with the in-game ban list, with money on the line, $1,000 invite, $50 today. And these two mad lads somehow paired up in round freaking one. Let's go.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Yugi versus Yugi's grandpa. Into the void, into a left leg while we have the right leg already in our hand. We are now going to engage, search our deck for the Sky Striker Kaiju. What's going on here? Well, it's a level 8. Okay, we just discard it with trade in, draw 2. Foolish Barrel Goods, sending from the deck to the graveyard our Cursed Bamboo Sword, which will trigger to search our deck for the Golden Bamboo. Now, the Golden Bamboo draws 2 cards if we control a Bamboo Sword. So we're going to Magna Hut, banish the Surgical Striker from the graveyard before the Sky Striker Ray goes into a Kagari. Now, Kagari could add from the graveyard back our Engage. And now that we have 3 spells in the graveyard at minimum, the Engage will not only search for a Sky Striker card, but also draw an additional card, grabbing a second copy of our Kaiju Sky Striker as we now link this up into a Kana. Kana can activate to ensure the Magna Hut cannot activate next turn. Oh my gosh, that's it. We end our turn. What? Oh my god, we have to discard our hand. Yeah, we Into the Voided. Into the Void, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, draw a card, and then during the end phase, discard your entire hand. Well, I guess we now lose, huh? Yes, we do. But there is a game 2, okay? And Destruction. All right, let's go. Is that Cope? Maybe it is, I don't know. I feel like 4 times I don't get what I want, the 5th time I keep on getting it. Trade in the level 8, draw 2, mate. Into the Void, discard our entire hand during the end phase. Into the Void, into the Void. 1 day apiece, guaranteeing we don't die next turn. So we're now given another turn to draw into our Exodia. As we discard 2. Bro, you had another turn. 1 day apiece guarantees another freaking turn. What are you doing? Draw a card, neither player takes damage until the end of the opponent's next turn. Huh? Okay. Ooh, we got Tenpai versus Ritual freaking Beast. Ritual Beast is one of the best counters to Tenpai. Now, this is not a normal Tenpai. Trap Tracks, this looks like the Buster Blader version of Tenpai I played on stream and did very well with. So instead of Protos Call Fire, which, I mean, it is round 1. We don't know we're playing against Tenpai. We now have triple Omni Negate, and the opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand. And Ulti Ray could banish a card on the field whenever. And we have an Ash Blossom. So we have 6 disruptions, one of them being a Floodgate. And we set the Steez, instead of it being a negate, it's going to pop 2 cards in the field. Vajra, Special Summon Chandra. We're going to be flipping up the Steeds. Red Reboot. We're going to negate and flip it face down, mate. All right. Still can't add from the deck, so the Kaiman is dead. Now, the Gaia Paleo still having 2 negates. Come forth and summon Black Rose Dragon. Do we have a way to chain link block this? If we are not chain link blocking it with a card, let's say, that was used as material activating on chain link 2 or higher, the ulti guy is going to very simply negate the effect and destroy. Just like that. Yup. Negate and destroy the imperm that was newly sent from the deck off of the red reboot. Obviously not activatable. Now the Kaiman's dead. The Trap Tracks cannot be used because you have to target a monster you control to destroy it. So what's good? We're going to, at the end phase, banish a backer card. Dead. Both literally not activatable whatsoever. And just like that, let's hop into game number 2. Now, going into game 2, Tenpai should have Ritual Beast go first again. And now Ritual Beast knows what to call with Protos. So do we change our turn 1 play to search for Protos instead, call Fire, and then win? And by the way, Tenpai lost game 1 and chose to go first. We go in first. Now, of course, we could discard the Buster Blader, but we want to activate the Prologue. Ash is going to negate the Sangan Summoning Mate. Absolute devastation. What the heck? Are you going to surprise us with another Buster Blader in the deck? It's send from the deck, not hand or deck. Activate Maxi. There's 2, I would say even 3 really good counters against Ritual Beast. Nibiru being one of them because most Ritual Beast players are not playing around Nibiru because it's so rare. Another one being Max C. An amazing counter to Ritual Beast if you're losing to the deck is Droll and Lockbird. You know what they're doing, right? They're going to be popping off of the Ulti Hawk. They're going to be searching so many cards in their first search with the Ulti Hawk. They're now screwed. Now, there's a way for Ritual Beast to play around Droll if it were to ever become popular, and that is to never search with Ulti Hawk. You then use Banshee to send from the deck to the graveyard your Nemesis flag. You then use a Cross Sheep to reborn it, and your very first search is search for Protoss. But no one's doing that. Pada P, we digging deep. 6-card Lancia also, if you want to be extra troll. Lancia, I hear some Tenpai players in the top ranks are main deck in Lancia because of Ritual Beast. Grabbing an Elder from the top 6 cards of our deck, additional summon the Petalfin. We're going to E-Telly under Max freaking C, by the way, banishing to summon a Protoss. We're trying our best to have an efficient Protoss here. Still special summoning a Cannon Hawk from the deck. Call Fire. Fire monsters can now not be special summoned for 2 turns. Let's freaking go. Well, now, what's the play? Destruction, Sword, Memories. We could now get discarding with that. We get a Buster Blader in the graveyard, but we still are not turning them into dragons. Vajra big enough to simply take out the Cannon Hawk. We're not able to activate. We can't reborn from the grave. Now, what do we do about the Protoss right now? We have Trap Trick. We can grab any card, any trap we want from the deck, ideally, to deal with that Protoss before it goes to main phase 1, call Fire, and then we're screwed. Now, what if you could have your Fire monster dodge the Protoss? It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to destroy. It doesn't have to remain on the field. As long as there's a Fire on the field on the activation of Protoss, no matter what happens afterward, you're locked out of Fire unless you negate on that activation. So we're going to Max C in the draw. Ooh, main phase 1. But did not activate Protoss right away. Interesting. First, we're going to make a Little Knight to play around in Impermanence. So to play around Imperm, you're going to have to, to play around Little Knight, you'd have to Imperm early onto the Protoss before you wait for them to activate and then use Little Knight to dodge your own Impermanence. Keep on drawing. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. What's going on? We're not trap tricking. We're doing nothing, mate. Probably playing Daruma, and Daruma against Protoss that's already been on the field. What's going to do? Flip it down, it flips right back up. So what? Still can't special summon Fire. Continually back-to-back locked up by the Protoss, and did not use Little Knight to banish. So here's the thing. Why would Little Knight try to banish? So that it would not be destroyed by battle. But can Little Knight banish if there is a Sengen summoning on the field? Yes. Even though you're not banishing the Pydra, you're still attempting to do so on resolution because the body's still there, and the Little Knight will still banish and protect itself from being destroyed by battle. So maybe that is what we should have done. Main phase 2 it up, discarding our Buster Blader into the grave. We now have Imperm for the Protoss. I cannot believe this. We have survived 2 turns of Protoss Call Fire. They were all back-to-back Max Cs, right? Yeah, Max C, Max C. To be fair, it did require Max C to continue. Yep. Damn. Max C beating Protoss. Let's go. And we hard bricked with our Buster Blader cards. We couldn't even activate our prologue. Start this off with an Inheritance. Ritual Beast, of course, choosing to go first. Reveal, search our deck for a Cannon Hawk. Discard our Nibiru, which will not be so good against Tenpai, obviously. Now we're going to be discarding Laura to additional summon. As you can see here, we still have that normal summon, our regular normal. Special summon for the deck, a Tamer Laura, as we now Ulti Hawk, do the Ulti Hawk dance. We're going to target 2, special summon 2, but only send 1 to the graveyard to efficiently get our search. As long as one of the cards is sent to the grave, you still get the search. We have the when. And by the way, if you're confused on that, on why it works that way, if we read it, it says, return them to the graveyard. If it said something like return both of those targets to the graveyard, and if you do, add a Ritual Beast, this would not work. So because targeting 2 and return them, only one of them could go to the grave to fulfill the if you do to then search, all right? I think Pada Avarice is an example of a card that has to return all 5 in order to draw. We have Ulti Kimu is here, banished from the graveyard to additional summon, when we already have our regular normal summon. So we still, in our pocket, have that regular normal summon ready. We are now going to Nibiru, which, what did I say is good against Ritual Beast? Nibiru. Maxi, Droll, and even Lancia. So that's another one. Lancia it up. 1,400 defense token due to the Link, of course, having no defense. Now, what is good here? We're going to Kaiman, check for an Ash Blossom. I feel no Ash. We're now going to Pydra on Summon, activate, searching for our Sangan Summoning. Of course, we couldn't Lightning Storm because of our own Nibiru. Now we're going to Chandra special summon while all of our monsters are completely unaffected from activate effects, grabbing a Genroku, discard Genroku, trigger Genroku, special summon, finger the Genroku you just discarded for the Genroku you added. No one thinks about the finger until you get fingered. It comes out of nowhere. You should really just always, they got a backer card that's activatable. Don't always think it's an impermanence. It's a finger. Get that Nochi out of here, except it protects itself from battle destruction by banishing the new Laura from the graveyard instead, special summoning an Apelio from the deck. Now, Apelio could boost up all of our monsters by plus 500 attacks. We do have to be careful about that. Reborn the Chandra. Hey, we're bigger, right? Nope. We're going to get boosted. This should be used in the damage step. See the numbers under the battle phase? You don't see numbers because we're not in the damage step. And in the damage step, the Fadra would not be able to activate the effect it's activating right now, which is to Synchro, instead of swinging into a newly 2,300 attack regular Apelio. Nochi is jumping off the field to special summon a banished Winda. Come forth, Winda. Now, I guess we're doing this before they summon a Transcendent Dragon, where otherwise we would not be able to activate, but then our newly summoned Winda will still not be able to activate because there's a Transcendent Dragon. Get Synchro Shokanen into Transcendent just like that. No effects can be activated from the opponent. Not in the grave, not in the field, nothing in the hand, nothing. Boost up the Transcendent by popping our field spell to double up our attack here. And goodbye the token. We did not lethal damage with Tenpai. So what's good? We have a really good main phase 2 setup though. This prologue is going to turn all Ritual Beasts into dragons. They're all going to be stuck in defense, and none of them can activate their effects off of this one freaking card. Now, is it really one card? Why wouldn't every deck play this? You need this one card, plus you need to have a dragon in the graveyard. Dragon in the grave plus one card, and just like that, you got the full Buster Blader lock. There you go. You do have to make sure you have a Destruction Sword card in the deck and a Buster Blader in the deck. Banish to Fusion Summon. We're also summoning the Buster Dragon to turn all of you into dragons. Banish, come forth. Buster Blader, Dragon Destroyer. This does not negate. It prevents the activate. And now with the Buster Dragon, you are dragon. Now, in a way, this is balanced, right? No, this is not balanced, but they tried to balance it. How did they try to balance it? The Buster Dragon turning all your monsters into dragon destroys itself during the end phase of the next turn. So, yeah, just survive, right? Banish the graveyard, come forth and summon Nochi. Nope, you're in D. We are now going to Tamer Laura to trigger to summon from the deck. We're going to use the Hieratic Seal to non-target spin back the Nochi. Now, Nochi could have not dodged that. It would have summoned a new monster that would have then just been returned back to the hand. Petalfin is really good for outing problematic cards, except it can't activate because Petalfin's now a dragon, and dragons can't act. Yep, that's how the deck do. That's what it do. Let's go. Good job, Rayan, sending the Fool. You fool! Back to Fortnite! Damn. AS, I appreciate you. Ran requested me to say that. That was not me. That was for Ran. All right, let's hop on the next one. Let's go. Against Tenpai, you stand no chance, right? We're going to link one Abyss Actor, set up the Banana Head. We're going to use the Hyper Director right now, which is going to be placing a different Pendulum monster from our deck. So let's special summon it and then set up the Wild Cope. We're now going to use the Abyss King to pop it, trigger the Wild Cope to summon from the deck. Nothing, because you are going, it's an add, not special summon. So Ash Blossom, negate. Have we been completely disrupted? Is our turn ending? Yes, it is. So what do we do? Well, if Tenpai's playing a bunch of board breakers, they could randomly pop this. So if this set card is destroyed by your opponent's card, what it's going to do is you could special summon any number of Abyss Actor Pendulums from your deck. Show me. Ooh, Lightning Storm. Let's go. Yes, we wanted you to do that. It did nothing in the back row. Activate summon for the deck. Superstar is here. Come forth, Banana Head, Wild Cope, and we also have the Evil Heal. Activate the Sangan Summoning, searching for a Genroku. The Effect Veiler obviously is dead here. Is the Moonlight Chill better than Veiler? You can Moonlight Chill in the battle phase, where Effect Veiler is just going to be dead to a Sengen Summoning. Vajra, Reborn from the Grave, Genroku for the Shokan into a Bident Dragon. Bident Dragon activate, Reborn from the graveyard, but then they can make a Transcendent Dragon, so then the Moonlight Chill would also not be activatable in the battle phase. That is something to also consider. Change everything into attack position. Nothing can activate. So the only thing that's helping us here is a continuous effect. And what is continuously affecting this battle phase that we care about? I don't think there's anything, right? I thought the Wild Cope couldn't be destroyed with battle, or that was another one. Who even knows? Come forth and some for the deck, Padra. I could activate, you cannot, of course. Let's get swinging. We couldn't be destroyed by that battle. Take out the Wild Cope, couldn't trigger, wipe it out. We're now going to Pydra, come forth and Synchro Shokan into Trident Dragon. Make sure you summon this on Chain Link 1 or it misses the timing. 6,000 attack, 3 attacks, 4K, swing again for another 3K, swing directly for 6K. Even though we triggered one of their biggest back row cards to summon from their deck as many cards as they want, it was not enough for Abyss Actor. Let's hop into game number 2. Imperm. What the hell was that? Well, okay, we're just gonna play off of Imperm, Ghost Ogre, Veiler. If we make a minimal play, what are you forced to do? You're now forced to set Imperm. Forced to set Imperm against Tenpai is really bad. Who's ever sent 2 Imperms or more of some other back row, and then it just gets Heavy Stormed, Harpy Feather Dust, or Lightning Stormed? It's so much safer to just keep it in the hand, which again, we have to then make no plays. Well, that's now protecting us from Imperm and Veiler. So as a Tenpai player yourself, you want to be thinking, can I make my play without activating the Sengen Summoning? If you can, you don't activate Sengen Summoning. Well, not from the hand onto the field. I mean the effect on field, which would then be destroyed by the Ghost Ogre, because once we activate that, we're then open to get Impermed and Veilered. Well, we did it. Uh-oh. Ghost Ogre, pop it up, but I mean, we got the finger the Ghost Ogre, mate, cross out Designate. All we have to do is now set up a Transcendent Dragon, and we cannot even activate the Imperm in the battle phase. So just like that. Great, very well done. So how could we balance something like this? The Duel Links ban list. What the heck? Well, if you have a card like Call by the Grave semi-limited, and then you semi-limit the Sengen Summoning, in Duel Links, you now can't play Call by the Grave. It's now at 0. Because if you want to play 2 Sengen Summoning, that is in the same goodie bag of all semi-limited cards. So this allows a card like Call by the Grave to still be used in every other deck that does not have a semi-limit. I think that's a wonderful way to balance. But will Konami ever go there? Probably not. 2-0. Let's go.